Wonderful. Welcome. So we are here today with our member spotlight with the wonderful Charlotte Southworth of Rayden Solicitors. Welcome, Charlotte.
Thank you.
So I love doing these interviews because I feel like I am in a little club actually. I'm in this rather large community with all these fabulous business owners and professionals, and I feel like I want to share that with the world and for people to know how awesome they all are. And so actually Charlotte is here today. We're going to find out more about her and her profession and how she came to be an Athena and what she thinks about that. And actually Charlotte has been in my region, so to speak, for under a year now, but you've been in Athena about 9 years, is that right?
That's right. Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Brilliant. So you're in our St Albans South group?
It's St Albans North. I'm not
North.
sure.
St Albans North. St Albans North group. But Raiders is based in St Albans as well, isn't it? So I'm going to jump right into the questions. My first one is, you're in family law, so it's a little bit
Right.
self-explanatory. However, you learn so much through networking, hearing about all professions, particularly the different legal professions. So please tell us how you got into family law and how do you help people?
Okay. Well, I first tried out family law as a sort of young GCSE time student doing my work experience and found it really interesting. I went and did a sort of full service law firm training contract, but qualified into family law in the city, and then later moved out to a large firm in the Buckinghamshire area, hence joining the Amersham Athena group in the first instance. And then more recently have moved to practice from Rayden Solicitors in St Albans. Rayden's is a pretty big family law only niche family law firm, and we are the third largest family team in England and Wales, and we have offices across
Mm.
Hertfordshire, Buckinghamshire, Essex, London, and we have an office in Birmingham now too. So we help obviously people with all areas of family law, from divorce and the financial and children related issues that come from that fallout, relationship breakdown outside of marriage, disputes between unmarried people in relation to their children and the financial support of those children. And then on the other end of relationships, we do prenuptial agreements, cohabitation agreements for people buying properties together, and we have specialists who do surrogacy and all the sort of other child law related issues. So pretty much
Right.
everything.
And at the moment, we're coming up to summer. For those who are watching this when it's actually come out, which is towards the summer, um, actually, by the time this comes out, definitely the summer. There are complications at the moment, aren't there, really, with regards to couples who have separated and have children and holidays. Are you finding
Holidays.
that at the moment?
There's lots, yeah, and unfortunately, if they've left it this late, it's often very difficult for us to resolve conflict because the court backlog is terrible. But if we can get the parties to engage and we can get negotiations going, we can hopefully resolve the issues, which generally are how the holiday is to be shared, whether they are to share the cost of summer camp or not, and then upsettingly sometimes whether or not the little children can go to Spain this summer or not, because if you're separated you do need the other parent's agreement to travel abroad.
Right. And is it fair to say that, I think you've implied this already, that it's not all about going to court and high fees and all of that? Your role also as a solicitor, as a mediator, I guess, mediation between
Yeah,
parties.
absolutely. So I don't practice as a mediator, but I have colleagues who do, and we often support clients who are in mediation with a different lawyer, and we can advise them in the background of that mediation to hopefully, improve the chances of that mediation reaching a successful outcome. And if required, we can then draft up the legal documents that are needed to finalize that agreement to make sure it's formal. If it's a financial agreement, then it should be filed with the court for approval as well.
And from what I gather from where you've been to one of our business brunches as well, haven't you? So we've met in person as well as the online networking. And one thing that you exude is that you love your job.
Yeah, well, not every day, but it is always interesting. One of the reasons that I chose to do family law as opposed to any other area is that human element to it. It's really interesting. It's really important that the people practicing family law do it in the right way. And you know, it's a bit of a cringy thing to say, but every day has a different challenge. Every case is different. You're never going to get bored of practicing family law, I don't think.
So maybe what it is, from having met you in person, is that exactly like you just said, you're a people person. So
Yeah.
you love meeting people, don't you? I mean, you can be introvert and still love people, but that's something I get from you is I would be very comfortable speaking to you about something personal because you're just so lovely and approachable. Anyway, so why did you originally join Athena all those years ago? Or was it, you know, a company? I think sometimes with solicitors firms, it can be the marketing department that wants junior solicitors to go out networking, but sometimes it can be driven by you. So why did you join Athena and how have you found being part of Athena?
Yeah, well, I was really lucky. So I was really quite junior when I first joined. And my immediate boss was a member of Athena, I think Watford Group at the time. And so she said, you know, how about joining an Athena group? And so I did it, and I've really enjoyed it. I've taken so much from Athena with regards to just building my confidence in networking and building my career, really, because obviously we need those business relationships to do our jobs efficiently. I've been lucky enough to have some direct referrals from my Athena connections, which is obviously brilliant, but it's more than that. You know, I've found Athena to be hugely supportive. I've met people I would now call friends, and there's, you know, relationships that I made in the earlier part of my membership with Athena that I still maintain today. So yeah, I think it's been invaluable.
I love that. Yeah. And what would your tips be for someone who is starting out networking? Because obviously it was advised to you that you network by someone else, which is the same case for most people, I think. It can be quite daunting though, can't it? And what would you say, what would your tips be for someone, whether they're in your profession or they have their own business, who's starting to network? What are the key things that you're like, oh yeah, you must know this and you must do this?
I think it's said a lot in Athena, but I think like understanding that it is a slow burn. Don't expect immediate results. Don't expect to walk away from your first Athena meeting with a referral or with that perfect business relationship you've always been expecting or always been wanting. You know, it's a slow burn. Sometimes the most valuable relationships are the ones that you don't get, you know, you don't expect to build at face value. You know, you meet someone, you think, oh, I don't really think there's much in that relationship. It can actually be a really positive relationship if you just give it time and get to know people properly. I think with most women in Athena, that's pretty much what sets Athena apart from all other networking organizations, is that everybody does want to invest that time. So you know, you don't have that feeling of this could be a waste of my time because am I ever going to see you again? You sort of know that there's the same level of commitment from everyone involved.
That's a really good point, because how many times do you put effort into getting to know someone and then
just
never see you
vanish
again? And it's like, and I wouldn't blame anyone for seeing someone, maybe a visitor, once and going, I'm going to see if you're going to stick around. Definitely have a one-to-one with you, but I'm not about to give you all my contacts until I know that you're building this relationship as well. And it's true, isn't it? And because it can be, it's interesting. It's a bit like dating. If someone met someone and got engaged the same day and then married the next week, we would think, we'd all go,
I'd be very concerned.
However, some people approach networking expecting, you know, the immediacy, but it is in a way is I'm not going to start giving my contacts to someone who Firstly, I don't actually know them that well, so would
No,
I recommend them to someone I know? Because I don't know them that well, and vice
that's it.
versa. And, they're my relationships I've built. So
Yeah,
do I really want to? That reflects badly on me if it then goes wrong, doesn't it? Um,
that's right.
Enough about networking. What's next for you and your career? Obviously, that's a weird question, because it could be me saying, "So, you're going what's next?"
What's your 5-year plan?
What's next within Rayden's? What is next for you as a family solicitor? And also, give us a call to action. Do you have stuff going on at the moment that you want people to know about, people to engage with?
So I am just sort of trying to establish myself and get to know the other family lawyers and other professionals in the St Albans area at the moment, which is great. It's been really enjoyable so far, and it's going well. So I will be continuing to do that in St Albans and the surrounding areas. We are currently working on a small sort of coffee morning event, which is going to have another Athena member at as well, doing a talk, which is going to be aimed at parents of children with a neurodiversity or suspected neurodiversity, to be informative in relation to how to help that child through their education effectively. So more information to follow, and I would love if Athena members local would come along, have a cup of coffee, and hear what our experts have to say. Yeah,
Lovely.
and more of the same to follow.
Perfect. Yes, because your Athena meeting, to go off topic totally, is next week. So definitely talk about that with the members for sure and get that into the Facebook groups and WhatsApp groups as well.
Yeah,
Amazing. It's
brilliant.
been really good to catch up with you and find out a bit more about you and your work, and share that with the world, whoever is
Thank you so
watching.
much, Kate.
If you would like to connect with Charlotte, then she will be tagged on this, so you'll be able to find her, and then Rayden Solicitors. And if you would like to visit one of our meetings, either the St Albans North group that Charlotte belongs to, or any of our others nationally or locally, or Singapore, Denmark, or Australia, if that's where you are, then contact me and we can get that arranged. Perfect. Thanks for your time, Charlotte. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.